Stossel Matter segment tonight. We had the Fox News Brain Room do a little research, and the last time there was a growing trend of isolationism in America was back in 1938, when Hitler and the Third Reich were persecuting Jews in Europe and provoking warfare on the continent. At that point, about 80% of the American public wanted to stay out of the European mess and did not even want to accept refugees fleeing Hitler's tyranny. Isolation was the mood of the day. Here now, Fox Business anchor John Stossel. So you think we're going back to that mentality here?
No, and I resent that libertarians are smeared as isolationists, because we are not. I want to engage with the world. I just don't want to try to run the world. And it's different. I mean,
well, let me ask you something. All right, you want to engage with the world. So Assad gasses these people, kills them, men, women, and children, in the suburb of Damascus. And how do you engage that? I mean, how do you libertarians engage that?
We speak against it. That's all we can do.
Okay, so you speak against it. You say that wasn't...
We trade with people, and we try to get our music and our movies to influence their culture, smuggle in books that autocrats hate.
That takes a while. Meantime, there's kids toppling over dead. All right, so you say that's pretty bad. That shouldn't have happened. That's the engagement?
Because the alternative does more harm than good.
In your opinion?
Yes. Now,
you just heard Charles Krauthammer say, look, there's a shift of power in the Middle East with this axis, Iran, Syria, Hezbollah, run by the Russians, propped up by the Russians, and to some extent the Chinese, which is pretty much driving the United States out of the region with any kind of credibility. So that seems to be a danger to me, to this country. Do you see it that way?
I see dangers everywhere. I don't...
But let's just focus in on this danger.
Okay.
This is intense. You got babies being gassed.
And if we launch missiles, if we miss, like Clinton did in Libya, what good does that do? If we kill him, and is the new group going to be an improvement?
Well,
we don't know that.
We have to deal with them. But I don't think you basically put your finger up and go, look, we can't kill Adolf because Stalin is going to take over, which is exactly what happened, by the way.
But Assad is not Adolf. Hitler was moving through other countries.
But it's the same mentality. No one knew in 1938 the extent of the Third Reich's evil. And right now, you've got a guy using poison gas to kill civilians. You know Iran is up there trying to develop nukes. You know other bad guy Arabs, if he has the gas, Hezbollah has the gas. So I think there is a parallel here. And I think that if the United States becomes isolationist, as many, many people do, and I don't blame them, you know, those people, there's not a lot of good guys over there, all right? It's going to be worse down the road for us.
I agree. If isolationist means we don't accept refugees, we put tariffs up against their products, as people wanted to do before World War II. But you cite World War II, and in retrospect, we should have intervened. We waited till we were attacked. But what you're leaving out, Somalia, Vietnam.
Well, Somalia has no capacity to tilt anything, and you know, Vietnam, in retrospect, was a mistake. I mean, we had noble intentions to keep the people free in the South.
How about arming the Mujahideen against the Soviets in Afghanistan?
I think that just because we've made past mistakes, and we've made them, okay, doesn't mean that you recede from the field. I mean, you just have to do it smarter. I'll give you the last word.
We're not isolationist if we don't want to kill people.
Okay. But you don't have any solution to people gassing people other than to say that wasn't nice.
That's right. And to say, we're going to punish you because to teach you, you have to kill them with conventional weapons instead.
No, you can't use poison gas. I mean, or you die. I think that should be the rule. All right, Stossel, thank you. Plenty more Heads of Fact moves along this evening. The Washington Post calls